Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another live edition of Mafia Roundtable with Dominick Cicale. First off, I felt I needed to come out today. I need to address some issues, especially what happened with our former president, Donald J. Trump, and what's going on in society. It's really a disgrace all the way around. And as a society, we all need to get together and start doing the right thing and respecting one another's views, opinions, and ideas. Just because they might not line up with ours doesn't mean we shouldn't do the right thing at the end of the day. So before I go into everything I have to say, and I'm going to give a history about Trump as well in New York. We're back in the day. As far as with his building, the construction, everything he did. So we'll go into that as well today. Also, before I get started, I would like to thank our sponsor, EG Vodka. People, go to egvodka.com. I'm going to put it in the description. So please, if you want to support the channel, show me the support. Go to egvodka.com, order it today, 100% organic, gluten-free, excellent vodka. And there's a promo special going on if you order 4 or more bottles. But if you order 6, you get the best bargain. You have a discount on the bottles, which goes down to $18.99 a bottle. Plus, you put the promo code FLUFF. Shipping is on me. So show me your support. You like the channel, you want me here, order it today. Even if it's 1 bottle, just show me your support. Go to egvodka.com, order it today. You will not be disappointed. Now, folks, it's really, I put down some notes, so I'm going to be reading from the notes, and then I'll go into the story. But today, really, it's a solemn day following the event at the Trump campaign rally on Saturday, July 13th. And it should sadden all Americans with what happened. We need to address this collectively. It is time to put an end to this trend. Let's reflect on the path our modern society has taken. Respect for each other, beliefs, opinions, and perspectives have been wavering. And we have to start respecting one another to move forward as a society, as a modern day society. And you know what? It's unfortunate with the incident involving our former president, Donald J. Trump, on Friday. And it should be served as a wake-up call to all. It is critical for President Biden and former President Trump to lead by example and restore respect to our political, I want to say, platform, to our political platform. For over the years, I've learned to avoid discussing religion and politics if you want to prevent the arguments and hurt somebody's feelings. But today, we must change that. We must learn to respect each other's opinions. Even though we may disagree, we have to respect it and look at it. Well, everybody's entitled to their own opinions, their own beliefs. And it's sad. It really is sad because we're escalating conflict and shutting down doors by not respecting one's opinion and going at each other just because we disagree or we don't like the way something's being done. Remember, Biden was elected as a president, so was Trump. And we have to move forward. We live in the greatest nation on earth, and we must act accordingly. Let's show the world we can resolve our differences peacefully without resorting to senseless violence. Despite our privileges, we've become complacent, indifferent, and ungrateful at times. And it clearly shows in politics, in Congress, the Senate, and our politicians. Instead of battling back and forth, it's good. It's good to go back and forth. But we need to come as a country, as a people, and join, respect each other, and find the middle ground like they used to in the past. I think with today's social media and everybody so quick to judge and say something, we have to stop that. We have to sit back. We have to listen. We have to respect. And who better than President Biden and Trump to do that? Let's show the people in the next debate how we could turn things around, how we could respect one another. because violence is not the way. When you're jumping up and down, yelling, screaming, hollering at each other, threatening. And I even seen something in the Senate where there was a debate. Guy stood up and said, well, I challenge you. And this is to a fight. I mean, come on, where are we going this day and age? When now politicians start doing that, people, that's a wake-up call. That's a wake-up call. You know, I believe I'm not Democrat and I'm not Republican. I'm in between. I'm in for what's right. Who's right? What makes sense? That's what people should be in line for. What makes sense? What will better our country? And we just have to respect that. And hopefully, former President Trump and Biden during the next debate can put their differences aside and talk about what's wrong with the country, what needs to be fixed. How do we move forward as a country, as one, whether Biden wins again or Trump is reelected or wins again? And that's what's wrong with today's society. So let's see if they could lead by examples, since they are the two leaders of the country, and move forward. And I hope that is the case. So moving forward here, a little bit about Trump. You got, the man is definitely a seasoned veteran. He did a lot of good for this country, but also he has to learn to back up, polish. He has to be more polished. As far as it's not always about winning and losing. You're going to lose things in life. You're not always going to win. And you have to lose with the same dignity you do as when you win. You should humble yourself a little bit more, and people will respect you more. And whoever wins the election, we have to support them as a nation, as a country, as a democratic society, and just move forward and hope we could prosper and remain a superpower in this world. Because believe me, the other countries are watching, and we need to join. Just like 9/11, when that happened, that coward terrorist act happened on the country. Everybody joined together, whether it was Democrats, Republicans. What happened, folks? Come on. We have Senator Chuck Schumer, from Pelosi to Gingrich. We all have to get together and stop the nonsense, because we're dividing this country. And a country divided is not a country of power. So we all have to get together. And you're hearing it from, a former mobster, somebody who was in the life, who tried to organize things, put things together. And people might not like what's going to be said, but you know what? You have to respect the title at times. And that's it, and move forward and try to come to a resolution, a solution, if there's disagreements. And that's the way it's supposed to be ran. So people, that's about it with that. But I'll go into Trump a little bit, because back in the day, and it's well known, on his job sites, it was actually Sammy the Bull, who was an underboss of the Gambino crime family, who actually did shut Trump down. Trump thought he was invincible on the job site. So you know what? Up there it's unions, Teamsters unions. When the trucks would come in to his job site, instead of you have a list of rules that they have to adhere by. Air pressure in the tires and the tractor trailers. You have to make sure. I mean, you can nitpick where each truck will sit at the gate for 45 minutes to an hour. So Trump didn't want to play ball with the mafia. So what they did, they put the union delegates there where enact everything. We're not going to make this job run smoothly. And that's what they did. Next, after a day or two where trucks were around the block, now you're delaying the job, Trump came back, he played ball, and everything freed up. So that's just the way, similar in politics. Guys, you have to just go out there and do what's right for the country, and not be a sore loser. And what happened the other day should never have happened. Should have never happened. With our technology today, number one, the most important thing for security at any event, from our military to our Homeland Security, the FBI, Secret Service, why didn't they have drones flying overhead. They should have had 4 or even maybe a half dozen little drones flying ahead where they see everything, everything. So they didn't have that. Yes, there was a screw up, obviously. Thank God. It didn't. No, I shouldn't say thank God, because there was a life lost and 2 in critical condition from the last I heard. And our former president did get winged in the ear. And they said millimeters more, he would have got caught it in the head. But we could stop that. We could have prevented that with modern day technology and all the resources we have. So let's stop pointing the finger. What if, what we should have did, and let's put the proper protocols in place so this never happens again. And that's just about it, as far as summing it up. And just to show you how close I am. Here was something from my tattoo artist, what he just did. So we have people doing that. Then I'll go into here. Here's Trump. And this was taken right there by a colleague of mine who always believed in me. You have this picture with Yehuda Kaplan and Mr. Russo, Ed Russo, with Trump in the White House. And to show you my relationships, this is myself and Mr. Kaplan, who really is a pillar in the Jewish community. He's always been there for me, helping me, believed in me, and really a good guy all the way around, all the way around. He doesn't hold anything against anybody. If they have a criminal record, he believes in everybody, gives everybody a fair chance. And that's what America is about, giving somebody a second chance, believing in somebody, not knocking somebody when they're down. That's what America is about. And you see through my connections, yes, we are political here. And I am a Trump supporter. I do like Trump. Do I like a lot of his antics? No, I don't. I don't agree with it. I think he should be more polished, especially at that top position. I think he did do a lot of good for the country. And, that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. But what happened this weekend was totally unacceptable. And us as a nation, we could put a stop to that. But it has to start with our leaders, our 2 presidential candidates. Actually, our 1 presidential candidate and the president of the United States, where we have to tone it down. We have to agree to disagree and move on. We have different beliefs. But you guys have to show respect towards one another. Put the hatred aside, because the hatred's only promoting people to see this, and it's causing violence. So all the way around, we are blessed to be in the greatest country the world has ever seen, but we have to act that way. We have to wake up. And all the politicians, too, need to wake up and really stop. Let's come together. Let's find a common ground. Yes, we could agree, disagree, but we have to respect it. We have to respect other people's views because they believe in what they're saying, what they want to do for this country, even though it might not be the right thing. We have to respect that. So with that, I hope everybody here is listening. I hope this gets out, keeps on going. People start watching. I know I came up last minute, but we do have to change. If I changed my life around, and I'm going to give you a scenario. I just got scammed. I know where the person lives. I could easily go back to my old ways, but I didn't. I'm writing Judge Garifas a nice letter because law enforcement needs to act, not just because it's a mafia case or not just because it makes headlines, because a crime was committed. Same thing. And I'll bring up a guy that I know. I don't consider him a friend anymore, but a guy, Tony Wright, who's partners with me in Africa in doing business, partners with me in E.G. Vodka. Yet this man is so jealous and envious. At the end of the day, it came down to, we'll talk about Africa. Myself and Michael Anderson put up all the money, went for over $300,000. Tony has the money, equal partner. He said, Dom, just let me know what I owe. I had to tell him. He never put in his money in Africa. Never came up with the 100. Maybe it came out to 375. Never came up with his 125,000 they owed myself and Michael Anderson. And I was too much of a gentleman to even mention it to him, but he knows better. But then again, I'll go into that at a later date to show you what type of people are. I mean, it's disgusting. I know if I owed somebody that money, I would have mentioned it, not avoided it. But yet this guy always, always, always tried to undermine me in everything I did. And I come to find out with EG. And you know what? As I was told, cream rises to the top. I don't value somebody because of what they have in their pocketbook. That was never me, or what's in their bank account. I treat everybody fairly, and I don't like that. But I'm about to expose a lot of stuff. People paying federal prosecutors off, and I will back it, to get their cases dismissed. I will bring light to this because guys like Michael Anderson, who have a case in the US, it was heard in the UK when they tried extraditing him. And the UK said, you have no evidence against him. We're not extraditing him. And the UK has one of the fairest justice systems in the world. And they said, you show us the proof, we'll be happy to extradite him. They didn't show proof with anything. But yet, and I'm involved with the Michael Anderson case trying to help him. I'm not involved in the case, but I know the case inside and out. That Michael Anderson didn't take a penny out of the bank account. It was a doctor and a pharmacist that got involved with the TRICARE stuff when they were defrauding the government. Michael Anderson was just an investor. Never took one penny out of a bank account. Actually lost money while they reaped in millions and millions of dollars. Yet the government told him when Michael Anderson proved it, well, come back to the States, turn yourself in, and if you're innocent, go to trial. But they didn't say that with other people. They didn't say that. Why? Because these other people are paying the right lobbyists, or they hired Trump's attorney to make the case go away. Since when do you people know? You people are sharp. Since when do you ever hear the government throwing out a federal indictment, throwing it out, dismissing it? Right people were paid. That's why. And I'm going to back it. And I heard it out of the horse's mouth. So we're going to expose all this. Might be on a bigger platform like Johnny Mitchell's or Vlad TV. But we'll definitely be exposing everything. And this shit has to change, folks. There shouldn't be double and triple standards for people because their bank accounts are bigger, because they're paying the right people. So it's a disgrace. If we haven't learned from our past, we're definitely doomed to fail. So I'll end with this note. President Biden, former President Trump, please, if this gets to you, you heard about this, during our next debate, be more respectful towards one another with the beliefs. Stop being so angry. And whoever wins, wins. We're here for America, not for you guys, not for your self-gratification or to stroke your egos. You're supposed to be here, be in those positions for the American people. So act like you should for the American people. Put the hatred aside and start showing respect for one another, and let's find the common ground. So with that, that's all I'm going to say today. Hope everybody has a wonderful day. Wish everybody the very best. And people, let's unite instead of being divided. Let's take this negative that happened, make it a positive. Let's move forward, because if we dwell on it, we keep on pointing fingers. Who should have did this? Who should have did that? What happened? We'll get nowhere. We'll get nowhere. And one of my biggest fans in politics is Ted Cruz. Mr. Cruz, if you're listening, if this gets to you, please, you're a powerful man. You're very sharp, articulate. And when you get your teeth into something, we need somebody like you to step up. Step up, please. And bring out everything I said in a more articulated way to the people. With that, everybody, hope everybody has a good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Peace out with Dominick Cicale at Mafia Roundtable.